everyone, welcome back to Futureshapers, where we explore ideas that shape tomorrow's world. If you are new here, I am Mukta Jambal, and this channel is all about helping you understand the key concepts that drive businesses, economies, and leadership in today's world. In our first video, we got to know each other and talked about what you can expect from this channel. If you missed on that video, I have attached the link for the same in the description section below. This is the start of the series of lessons based on economics, where we will explore key ideas that help us understand how the world works, from everyday choices to global markets. In each episode, we will break down important topics in a simple and a clear way, so you can build a strong foundation in economics step by step. Today's lesson is all about introduction to economics, what it is, why it matters, and how it connects to our daily lives. So let's dive in and start shaping the future together. What is economics? In simple terms, economics is the study of how people make decisions when faced with limited resources. So, economics is all about choices. Every day, we decide how to use our limited money, how to use our time, and how to use our energy. Companies and governments face similar decisions, from how to price products to how to fund schools or hospitals. So, in a nutshell, economics forms the foundation of all the decisions made by individuals, businesses, and governments related to choosing between different choices they have. Next, we come to the big question in economics. Economics asks a simple but a very powerful question, which is, how can we make the best use of scarce resources we have? So, we will explore scarcity next. What is scarcity? So, the fundamental problem in economics is the issue of scarcity and how best to produce and distribute these scarce resources. Scarcity means that people have unlimited needs and wants. So there is no end to these needs, these wants, and these expectations. But we have limited resources, limited raw materials, and limited supply of goods to fulfill these needs, wants, and expectations of people. So, because of unlimited wants, people would like to consume more than it is possible to produce. Scarcity means there isn't enough for everyone. For example, during COVID-19, hospitals faced limited supplies. In London, housing is scarce. Even your time is limited. Every decision involves trade-offs. Next, we come to the basic economic problem. As we discussed above in our previous slide, the big question and the problem in economics is to respond to this issue of scarcity. And the fundamental question societies must address and find answers to deal with the issue of scarcity are what to produce, how to produce it, and for whom to produce it. These questions stem from the imbalance we have between the unlimited wants and the limited resources we have, forcing every economy to make choices about production and distribution. So let's go through these questions one by one. First question is what to produce. This question involves deciding which goods and services a society should produce and in what quantities, given its limited resources. Second question is how to produce. This question focusing on determining the most efficient and effective methods for production, such as how to combine labor, land, and capital. And lastly, for whom to produce. This involves deciding how the produced goods and services will be distributed among the population. Let's look at some of the everyday examples to further enhance our understanding on these problems in economics. Households, for example, have limited income and they need to decide how to spend this limited income they have. For example, with an annual income of £20,000, a household may need to spend, for example, £10,000 a year on rent, council tax, and utility bills. So this leaves them with £10,000 for deciding which other food items, clothes, transport, and other goods to purchase. If we look at workers, households will also face decisions on how much to work. For example, working overtime at the weekend will give them extra income to spend, but less leisure time to enjoy. A worker may also wish to spend more time in learning new skills and qualifications. This may limit their earning power in the short term, but enable a greater earning power in the long term. Another example is let's look at an 18-year-old student. So the student could either go straight into work or they could go to university where they will hope to gain a degree and more earning power in the long term. So all these decisions involve the use of economics, where people, businesses, organizations, they need to do a trade-off between different choices they have. Next we have is micro and macroeconomics. So these are the two types of economics we have. Microeconomics is the branch of economics that studies decision making by a single individual, a household, a business firm, or an industry. Microeconomics studies individuals and firms and other factors within the businesses. For example, it can involve businesses, for example, Tesco and Asda, deciding on how to set prices for their products and services. Macroeconomics, on the other hand, is the branch of economics that studies decision making for the economy as a whole and focuses on factors such as inflation, recession, unemployment, or impact of political decisions such as Brexit in the UK. Next, we have the factors of production. So these are the factors which are used to produce something. And when we looked at scarcity and we saw that we have limited resources, what I meant by resources was these factors of production. We have limited quantity of these factors of production. So we use four key resources to produce goods and services. We have land, which includes natural resources. We have labor, which mean the people who do the job, capital, which includes money, machines, and tools, and entrepreneurship, which relates to innovation and risk taking. So, next we have on the slide is opportunity cost. Every decision has a cost. Opportunity cost, in very basic terms, is the cost of choosing one opportunity over another. A right decision would be when the opportunity cost is lesser than the benefit of the chosen opportunity. Let's look at some of the examples. Choosing to study means giving up rest. So the opportunity cost for studying is giving up rest. A company investing in new tech might delay other projects. Governments face this too. For example, if the government decides to spend more on defense, it may mean less spending on healthcare. A consumer with a limited income of £20,000 a year continually face choices. For example, if they spend, uh, let's say, £3,000 on a new car, then that is £3,000 they cannot spend on food and drink. If a student spends 3 years in education, the opportunity cost is the lost potential of earning from a full-time job. Next we are going to look at some of the real world examples which involve the use of economics in decision making. Rising fuel prices affect everything: transport cost, food prices, wages. Then Brexit changed how goods move into the UK. Inflation affects what people can buy. And economics help us to explain these patterns. Now, lastly, we come to the main questions. What is the significance of economics? Understanding economics helps you manage money, run businesses, and make informed decisions as a citizen. It gives you the tools to understand how the world works. That was all for today's session on Introduction to Economics. Thank you very much for watching today's lesson here on Futureshapers. I hope you enjoyed learning about economics. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell so you don't miss the next lessons in our economics series. Up next, in our coming weeks, we will be talking about demand and then supply, which are the two key concepts that explain how markets work. I would also love to hear from you. Share your feedback, suggestions, or ideas for future lessons in the comments section below. Your input helps shape what we explore next. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shaping the future with Futureshapers. See you soon in our next video. Thank you very much.